Right, it's that time of night now. What I've decided to do, I'm going to go in the car. And
what we've decided to do.
What I've decided to do. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in the car. I'm going to leave John in the ancient room. I'm in by himself for about an hour. So that's what I've decided to do, not John and me.
So yeah.
So how do you feel about?
Based on what's happened so far, mate, fine. Just the idea of what plans are. Bit of time in here. Bit of time in the room where we were before with the bird. And there's another part of that room in the bar. Spend a bit of time there. Go through to the barn. And I'll go and see what's going on.
Gonna go upstairs as well, aren't you?
Yeah, go see what's going on in the rooms upstairs.
And what's the ruling?
No lights.
No lights, no touch. So we've got.
Unless I'm going upstairs.
Yeah, that's the you can walk around with lights, but I'll be watching closely that he doesn't have his torch on.
Yeah, whatever.
I just want to say that if anything happens to him psychologically, being here on his own, so we'll see what happens. Good luck, John.
Cheers,
I'm gonna go now. See you in a bit, mate.
Bye. So here we are. Phil's just gone outside now. Just in the first room. It's the room where John used to spend all of his time. So I'm not going to be recording all the time. Just if something happens, or as we're settling down, or moving from room to room. If anything happens, you'll be the first to know. I'm getting absolutely nothing in here. It's kind of quite distracting because it's got all the electronic gear in here and the CCTV around the building. So, and as I say, the lights are on in here. It's warm. There's a radiator on. I don't believe there's really an awful lot of point in staying in here, so I think it's about time they decided to start moving around to the rest of the building. Go and start exploring the deeper, darker areas. Be back in a bit. Okay, so I'm now back into the first bit of the bar area. I see noticeable difference in temperature in here. I've just come out of the room with the central heating on. Didn't want to stay in there too long because I've only got a limited number of clothes and I don't want them to end up freezing me. So back in the first dark room now. I'm not going to have any light on unless I'm moving around, because I don't really want to break my neck in here. Got a little radio if I need to speak to Phil. He's probably asleep in his car by now. Anyway, if anything happens, you'll be the first to know. Are there any spirits in the room that want to come and join me? I'm here alone now. If you don't feel as threatened or as intimidated with me by myself, come and join me. My name's John. I've travelled from a different part of England today to come and spend time with you. So if there's anyone here, come and join me. Again, are any spirits here? Anyone who wants to come and spend some time? If I knock on this table, can you reply to me? A little bit now. You can see over there another seating area of the bar area. Not sure why there's so many nautical things in here. Maybe John liked collecting seafaring stuff. Looking at our bird again. It's turned slightly, looking more towards the door now. There was the window that it was staring at before. Okay, so I'm trying to see where I'm walking now. It's quite difficult. It looks quite light in your camera, but it's actually pitch black in here. Okay, as we move around this corner now, into this area here, looking round, you can see the old fireplace tucked away in the background over there. Some seats. Are there any spirits of any residents? Anyone in this building? Anyone in this room? My name's John, I come in peace. I have no intention of harming you. If I knock on this bench, can you knock back? Okay, so Phil decided that, well, we decided that I was going to spend some time in this bit of the room by myself. See if it felt any different. It does. It's not. It's not particularly worrying. It's just quieter. It's definitely quiet. I'm just going to work out if I can sit on this bench, and if I can, just going to sit quietly here. Okay, so far about 10, maybe 15 minutes in since we've split up. So far, in the bar area, I've called out, I've knocked, I've asked for responses. So far, nothing really has happened. Don't particularly feel any difference. Maybe not as adventurous with some of the challenges and the call outs that have been. Don't know. Anyway, light's going on for a little bit because I'm going to move forward and out into the barn area, see if there's anything out there happening. Are there any spirits in here? Is Edward in here? If Edward's in here, can you make a sound? Can you make something move? My name's John.
Okay, mate.
Fucking was until you decided to speak, then it just shit me load. I'm through in the barn bit now, mate. I didn't spend long in the bit with the light and the heat. Didn't want to get used to it. Sat in the bar for about 10 minutes where we were before, and in that little horseshoe bit, and just moved forward into the barn area now. Yeah, I just literally said, can you make a noise, and then you bleeding came through on the radio. Cheers for that.
Okay. Wait till you get upstairs then.
Yeah, Roger, have you got your engine going? Is it nice and warm?
No, I haven't put it on, mate.
Bloody hell. Alright, mate, I'll speak to you in a bit.
You know.
Yeah, well, there's me just about to say something, and Phil decides that he's going to come through on the radio. Wasn't really the sort of thing that I expected to hear when I asked someone to shout out to me, but there you go. Edward, are you in here? My name's John. I understand you have a brother here who you won't allow to leave. Is this right? Can you make a noise? Can you show me a sign that you're here? Alright, so Phil, I'm going to be cheating now so I don't break my neck. Torch is going on. And we're heading over towards the stairs. Going upstairs now. So which way shall I go first? I think I'll try the witch's room. We were in here before. So I'll just set myself down here for a bit. See, Phil, light's gone off. See if anything happens while I'm in here. Just sit quietly for a little bit. See what happens. I was going to close the screen down again, but I don't really want the camera to go back to telephoto. I'd sooner it stayed over on nice wide angle and not zoomed in. So, any spirits in this room that want to come and join me, want to come and talk to me? My name's John. I come in peace and respect. I want to try and learn more about you, if I can. So, sit rep so far, not a lot. Done a little bit of calling out. Moved around. I've done the bar area downstairs. Done the barn. The barn, as I said to you when I walked in there, I was a little bit worried about that. I wasn't sure about that room, but called out. Phil made me jump when I was in there by deciding to suddenly just jump in. That's starting to zoom in again, which is really annoying. There we go. Back out again. But yeah. So upstairs now in what was the witch's room. Do a little bit of calling out. See what we get from there. So we spoke earlier, or I tried to speak earlier. I was sitting in the mirror. You tickled my face. perhaps a couple of times. I said then, my name's John. I believe that you were classed as a witch in your time, but you don't like that name. Were you misunderstood? Were you a healer? Can you make a noise for me, please? Show me that you're here. Any sort of sound. People call you a witch. Were you a priestess? Did you have a cat? Is there any spirits of any animals in this room? Come closer to me. Brush into my leg. Make a sound. Just spent 10 minutes or so in the witch's room. Called out a couple of times, knocked on the floor, explained who I am. But I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting a sound. So, gonna move on. Gonna do the bishop's room and make my way through up to the attic room, and then we'll see how the time's going on and maybe rejoin Phil. So on to the bishop's room. Okay, so again, back in the bishop's room, supposedly one of the most evil rooms in the building. So we'll do some calling out here, see if we get any replies back. You do something to make me feel uncomfortable and not want to spend any time in here. If I knock on the fireplace, can you reply? Well, Phil wanted me to spend a bit of time here in this room by myself, well, in the building by myself, to see if there was any changes in how I felt, if I felt any different about it. At the moment, I'd have to say no. It's peaceful. I don't get any, at the moment anyway, I don't get any impression of malevolence. I don't get any impression of fear. It'd be easy to allow your imagination to run wild with you. It will be very easy for that to happen. But as it stands at the moment, I haven't really got anything to report. Got to go upstairs to the attic room in a moment. Last room really, then I've been here now for just under an hour by myself. So I'm going to go and nip upstairs for a few minutes and then call it quits, I think, and see if we can do something between us again. But I'm not really feeling anything of any great anything great to report really. But anyway, let's move upstairs, see what's going on up there. Try not to knock myself on the head as I go up here. I seem to manage to do that before. Let's see if I can do it without doing it this time. So final room that I'm going to do on my own on this particular part of the night. Again, the attic room, where it's reported that one of the innkeepers, or an innkeeper's daughter, lost her life one way or another. We were sitting in here before, so like we did before, we'll resume. I won't sit on that chair though, I'll sit over in this one, over at the side. Lights going out. Last bit of this particular part of the trip. Sitting here quietly by myself again. Good evening again. I'm back, this time by myself. Again, I come with respect and curiosity, and I come in peace. I'm here to try and find out a little about you, and if you want to know anything about me, if we can communicate, I'll quite happily share details about myself. My name is John. Travelled from another part of England today just to come and spend time with you. Is there any spirits of any young girls in here? Little girls? Can you make yourself known to me? Make me believe. Show me something that'll make me believe that you're real. I want to. I want to know about you. I've joined you in your world of darkness. Show me something. Make me feel your presence. Shall I sit quietly for a bit? See if you want to approach me then. You there, mate? Well, anyway, we've been in every room in the house. I've called out, sat quietly and listened, and there's been nothing. I don't particularly feel any difference. Hopefully something's being wrapped up and kept in store for us later on. I've been in here for well over an hour now by myself. We've done our little experiment, been in every room. I don't feel any difference. I don't feel threatened. I don't feel particularly uncomfortable. Maybe it's a lull before the storm later on, I don't know. Maybe our combined energies will make the spirits want to come and play, but I made myself open for them. Been on a few trips with Phil, but I'm pretty inexperienced. So I offered them the opportunity to take advantage of that, my inexperience and lack of knowledge, but they don't seem to want to play anything with that one. So I'm going to wrap it up now, go down, meet up with Phil again. Just tried to give him a shout on the walkie-talkie, no answer, probably asleep. And we'll catch up with you in a bit. Thanks for your time.